Sec 3 NA Mathematics Revision 2, Algebraic Fractions. Algebraic fractions. In the following equation, let us simplify these and do some division. Okay, now we have two fractions over here. Firstly, what we are going to do is we are going to change the division sign to multiplication sign. So this is 18h cubed j cubed over 5k cubed times, now I'm going to swap this and become 10j squared over 3h5k. And I will usually multiply the numerator with the numerator, denominator with the denominator. So numerator with the numerator, that will give me 180 numbers first. Letters h cubed, j cubed times j squared, that's 3 and another 2, so that will be j to the power of 5. When you have indices, multiplication, you add up the powers. Okay, for the denominator, 5 times 3, 15, h5, then k cubed times k to the power of 4. Now let's see, is there anything that I can simplify? I can simplify 180 over 15. That will give me 12. H cubed over h5. That will give me h squared. J, nothing to cancel. K to the power of 4. So have you gotten the answer? Next type. Now to look at this type of fraction, when they ask us to simplify, we cannot cancel out anything if it's not in forms of a factor. So we must do the first step is to do factorization. Let us check 5 and 45. Is there a common factor? Yes, there's a common factor of the number 5. So now I keep it as p squared minus 45 divided by 9q squared over p squared plus 3pq. Is there any common factor? Yes, there's a common factor p. So that will be p plus 3q. But there's no factors to simplify yet. But I noticed that this is actually of the form a squared minus b squared. So it can be expressed as a plus b, a minus b. So I'll keep my 5, don't throw it away. I now have two brackets. One is plus, one is minus. What times what will give me p squared? P times p. What times what will give me 9q squared? 9 times 9? No. 3 times 3. So it's 3q times 3q. Now over, my denominator is p bracket p plus 3q. And let's check. I see that I have p plus 3q over here. This is all in terms of factors. Now then I can safely cancel them away. But be careful. In exam, they may say that we do not have never show the working or cancel away certain answers. So we're not going to cancel out anything, but we can cancel them in our mind literally. So I know this and this can cancel away. I'm left with 5p minus 3q over p. And that's the answer. Have you gotten the answer? Now let us look at how to solve equations involving algebra fractions. So in this case for me, there is always a minus sign here. Please, got more than one terms, remember to put brackets. Okay, now I don't like denominators. I don't like fraction. What is the LCM for 2 and 3? The lowest common multiple will be 6, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by 6 throughout to every single term. So if I multiply by 6, 2 and 6 will cancel out to left 3. 3 and 6 cancel left 2. 1, nothing to cancel. So actually this will now become 3 bracket 3x minus 4 minus subtraction, be careful, 2 times 2x equals to 1 times 6, 6. Then now I shall expand the brackets. I'll get 9x minus 12 minus 4x equals to 6. And 9x minus 4x will give me 5x. And then now I'm going to put the negative 12 over here to shift over the other side. It will become positive 12. So 5x is equals to 6 plus 12, that's 18. X will be 18 divided by 5. So 18 divided by 5, you can either write it as 18 over 5, 3.6, 3 over 5. All the answers are acceptable. So for me, in this case, I'll just probably choose to leave the answer as 3 over 5. Have you gotten the answer? We shall move on to the next part. Can you simplify this? Please try. Now, this one is already simplified and arranged for all of us, so we can just work out the numerator and the denominator. So negative 12 over 3. I'll be left with negative 4. A and A cubed. This is a to the power 1. How many more left? So I have a square in the denominator. B and B square cancel off, no more. C cubed and C square, that's C. So this will be the answer. What about this one? Do you think you can try it? Factorize the answer. So I'm going to factorize my first step. I will have 5 as a common factor, and it will be x minus 2 over, what to do with x squared? X squared minus 2a plus 2x actually, so it's x squared, x times x squared. What times what will give me 8? 4 times 2, so 4 times 2 will give me 8. 4x, 2x plus 2x. That means the larger number is positive, the smaller number is negative. Check, negative 8, negative 8. So this is given by x plus 4, x minus 2. Now, mentally in our mind, we know that this can be cancelled away. So I'm left with 5 over x plus 4. Have you gotten the answer? Now let's continue with the next question. How to do this? We have a fraction over here, and this is 4. But, well, I can write 4 as 4 over 1. Then we'll do a cross multiplication. So equal sign stays in the center. This is 2x minus 1. And 3x plus 2 goes over to the right-hand side. So it's 4 times 3x plus 2. Let us simplify this. So 2x minus 7, 4 times 3, 12x, 4 times 2, 8. We shall rearrange and put all the x together. In this case, 12x is bigger. I will bring 2 over minus 2x. Here is negative 7. This is 8. Bring over minus 8. So I'll get an answer of 10x over here minus 15. And if I want to find x, I'll divide by 10. That means negative 1.5. Have you gotten the answer? We'll move on to the next question. Addition and subtraction of algebraic fractions with a non-numerical denominator. Now in this part over here, we notice that we have denominators that is totally not the same. There's nothing in common. So what we need to do is we need to combine them and make them into one single fraction. I do not like to write it as two separate fractions, okay, because I want to prevent mistakes on the sign. So usually my first step is always to put as 2x minus 3, x plus 2, one single denominator. Please try not to write them separately. So then I will need to multiply x plus 2 here and then this is 2x minus 3 over here. So now I'm left with taking the numerator is 6 times x plus 2, subtract the numerator is 1, multiply with 2x minus 3. So this, I will expand my numerator. I'll get 6x plus 12 minus 2x. Negative times negative will now become plus 3 over 2x minus 3, x plus 2. We do not need to expand the denominator, we just expand the numerator and simplify the numerator. So 6x minus 2x will give me 4x, 12 plus 3 will give me 15. So this will be the final answer. Where are some of the common mistakes? The common mistakes is if students write them as separate fraction, when they combine together, they do not change this sign. So you must remember to write them as one single fraction and change the sign. So have you gotten the answer? Next question. Now we have this one over here. Express this as a single fraction. Before we always begin, always check whether can we factorize the denominator. Is there any common factors? So in this case, we will have y squared plus y minus 6. I'm going to try to factorize this. I'll probably take y times y squared. 3 times 2 or 1 times 5, 1 or 1 times 6. Okay, let's check. 3 times 2, 3y, 2y. I want a positive y, larger number is positive, smaller number negative, so minus 6. Okay, correct. So this one over here will be y plus 3 over, the denominator is y plus 3 and y minus 2. Now I'm going to add a pair of brackets over here to help me prevent careless mistakes. Minus, this is 3y over, you notice that this is y minus 2. Now in this fraction over here, this fraction have two factors. One is y plus 3, one is y minus 2. The other one over here only have y minus 2. How do I make them have the same denominator? Well, I can multiply by y plus 3, add on a factor to it. So this is y plus 3. But be careful, there is a negative sign over here. So now we're going to write this as one single fraction, y plus 3 and y minus 2. Okay, the numerator here is y plus 3. This one over here is minus 3y times y plus 3. Why? Because there will be some effect on the side. So the denominator, we do not expand the denominator, we leave it to be the same. Numerator is y plus 3, we keep it. Negative 3y times y, negative 3y squared. Negative 3y times positive 3, that will give me negative 9y. Simplifying our equation, we will get negative 3y squared, y minus 9y, that's negative 8y, and then our only number is plus 3 over y plus 3, y minus 2. Let's check. Observe down here. Do you think we can factorize this numerator? So we need to do a simple check, isn't it? But before I begin, I'm not very comfortable with factorizing negative y squared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to factorize out negative sign, and then I'm going to change all the sign inside. So this will become 3y squared plus 8y minus 3y. so that is something I'm more familiar with. I can try to work with it. So this will be y plus 3, y minus 2. Let's try to factorize this. I want to have 3y squared. So 3y times y, 3y squared. I need a number 3 and 1. 9y, y. So I need a positive 8y. That means 9 will be positive, y will be negative. So I'll get a negative 3 here. This is correct in my sign over here. Okay, so now I will change this whole fraction to become negative. It's still going to be there. Okay, 2 brackets now over y plus 3, and the other one is y minus 2. So it's given this one. On top we've done y minus 1 and y plus 3. What do you notice? We have y plus 3, y plus 3. Can be cancelled out, but then we're not going to write cancellation in our working. So final answer, negative bracket 3y minus 1 over y minus 2. Okay, have you gotten the answer? Now some students, they like to expand it. They'll get negative 3y plus 1 over y minus 2. This answer is also acceptable. Have you gotten the concept? Now let's try this fraction over here. First thing we always check is to see whether can we factorize our denominator. Well, this is already in something square. What is the meaning of x minus 3 whole thing square? It is a repeated factor, so it can now be written as 3 over, we repeat the factor x minus 3 2 times, okay, minus 2x over the factor x minus 3. Now looking at this, how can we make them the denominator the same? So I have a x minus 3 here with an x minus 3, so I'm going to multiply with one more x minus 3 over to this side of the fraction. Notice there is a negative sign. Please be careful of the negative sign. So I'm going to write this as one single fraction to prevent mistakes. I can write my denominator as x minus 3 repeated or x minus 3 whole thing square. So now I will have 3 minus 2x times x minus 3. Where is the trap? The trap is in the negative sign, so we must be very careful. I will have 3 in my numerator minus 2x times x, negative 2x squared, minus 2x times negative 3 becomes positive 2 times 3, 6x. Okay, now looking at our answer, we shall rearrange it. Negative 2x squared plus 6x plus 3 over x minus 3, x minus 3. Do you think we can simplify the numerator by factorizing? Okay, not very sure. Doesn't look like we can factorize it because of the number 6. Now if you're not sure, doesn't matter, we can use mode 3 to help us check. I have a to be negative 2, b is 6, and c is 3. I got decimals for my answers, so that means in this case it cannot be factorized nicely. So that means I'm not going to do anything to it. This should be the final answer. Have you gotten the concept? Next question. Now to do this kind of question, we always need to check. First thing is the denominator fully factorized. So we can see that the denominator here is 4x squared minus 9. Well, there can be some form of factorization going on. We have the concept a squared minus b squared to be a plus b, a minus b. So in this case, I will change this to 4 over 2 brackets 1 plus 1 minus, and that will give me what times what gives me 4x squared? 2x times 2x. What times what gives me 9? 3 times 3. So this will be the factorized form of the denominator. Now I'm going to continue with the other half of my question. So now this is 3 minus 2x. Now, usually this kind of situation, students will start multiplying all three denominators together. Please try not to do that. Observe if there is anything that we can try to change to make it look similar or the same. So now this is 2x minus 3. This is 3 minus 2x. They are actually in the opposite direction, reverse position. So what I need to do is I'm going to multiply by a negative number here. And I'm going to change this to, from 2x, it will now, negative 2x, it will now become positive 2x. And this is 3, it will now become minus 3. So I multiply by a negative and I change the position. So this is 4 over 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. Now looking at this have two denominators. Now this one over here, 2x minus 3 is the same. So I'll need to multiply one more factor. This is 2x plus 3. Bear in mind, this is a minus sign. So when we put them together in one single fraction, remember to change sign. So this is the denominator, nothing with 4. So keep it. Now this is minus bracket 2x plus 3. Please put a pair of brackets. Then now we have 4 minus this will be 4 minus 2x, and minus times negative times positive, this will be minus 3. So be careful of the careless mistakes here that students can make. And the final answer will be 4 minus 3 is 1 minus 2x. 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. Nothing to factorize and no common factors, so this will be the final answer.